Hello and welcome back. Law school has started. We are officially a 2L. We're 2Ling. I am low-key 2LOLing. I don't know if you guys have that same thing in your law school where like some years are just like a joke. 3L is a joke, and at Berkeley we call it 3LOL. But I feel like I've already started my 3LOL in my 2L year. Just because I need to. I'll get more serious later on. Second semester of 2L and beyond, I'll jump back in, but I'm kind of like taking the step back and kind of like easing myself back into the law school process. But this video is not about that. This video is about what you should be expecting for the next couple of videos for me. So I had this idea. I was in class and I was thinking to myself like, yo, I talk a lot about my story and my experience, and I think I really had a unique experience for my first year. Yeah, everyone struggled, but I think my struggles were very unique and brought on by myself. But I really wanted to have other folks who go to different law schools, who have different experiences, right, and talk about law school from a vantage point that didn't have to do with academics or grades, right? Didn't have to do with the really know how to do law school, but really about like the heart part of law school, the relational part of law school, the community part of law school, the mental health part of law school, the family part of law school. You know, like there's a lot that goes into law school that doesn't involve grades and academics, right? And I kind of wanted to talk to people who have platforms, right, who are already talking about law school in a public way, because I feel like they would be more comfortable having those conversations. And obviously I'll have personal friends, I'll have personal friends come on as well, friends who I trust and love and who I think have really interesting stories, and we'll talk about their path, how they got to law school, what they're doing now. Some people have graduated, most of them are still in law school, but yeah, most of them are still in law school, and some, maybe like one or two of them have graduated already. So it's just gonna be really interesting to hear their stories, and really the point of it is just to hear like a wide perspective of stories, and to see that there's not just one way to do law school. There's not just one way to show up in law school, right? It's not just one way that law school happens, right? Like everyone is going through something different. Everyone is dealing with something different. And I just want to share those stories. I think that those stories aren't shared enough. Those stories aren't talked about enough. And I really want to foster a sense of transparency, a sense of vulnerability, a sense of just like, this is the real stuff, right? This is the real stuff that no one tells you about, no one talks about. And if they do talk about it, they talk about it in a very flowery way. And for me, this page this YouTube channel rather, has been me kind of giving y'all all my mess, like obviously not divulging names and drama and all that stuff, but like giving you this a real preview into the things that you could possibly go through in law school, and you may never go through them, right? Like my experience, even like I was talking to a 1L today, and I'm realizing that like the 1Ls are probably not going to experience what I experienced as a 1L, right? Like the academic stuff, sure, but like maybe not the other stuff, right? Maybe they're gonna have a better social experience than I had. Maybe they'll have a better community experience than I had, right? And I wish that for them. Like I pray that for them, right? So yeah, like I might even have some 1Ls who are at Berkeley, some black female 1Ls come on and talk about how they've been liking it, what their experience has been like, whatever. I want to talk to folks. I want this to be a community effort. I want to involve other people on my Instagram, I have so many platforms. On my YouTube channel, there we go. Thank you. I want to involve more people. I want to talk to more people. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where I'm kind of leaning, is that if I'm going to talk about law school, and if I'm going to call this a law school channel, I want to include other people. So yeah, that's what you should expect. I do want to vlog more. I did vlog on Thursday. However, because it was my first day attending my 3-hour class, I vlogged the morning, I vlogged my evidence class, I vlogged a good bit, and then I just literally in the middle of the day, my mind just completely went off and I forgot to vlog the whole day. So I want to be more intentional about that. I don't know. I think I have an interesting life. I think I do interesting shit. Like, I don't know. Like, people can disagree. That's cool, but I honestly could vlog every single day and it would be something interesting. Like I make sure my life is not mundane. I make sure my life is not boring. Just out of like, I don't know, out of a desire to have an interesting and fun life. And obviously not every single day is going to be fun from your perspective, but for me, I'm chilling, right? Like I'm having a good time. So you see little Sojo, her name is Sojourner. It's my little flamingo. Love her so much. But But yeah, that's really the goal, y'all, is just to make this more of a community effort, at least right now, as I'm still trying to figure out how to, like I think I said in my last video, how to be transparent without being too transparent, and be vulnerable without being too vulnerable, you know, giving, you know, my fullest self to the people in my real life, but also giving you guys a piece of myself as well, because I love to share. I genuinely love to share. I am literally the tea spiller, and honestly, I'm not a tea spiller. I'm a tea spiller in the sense of, like, I don't like keeping things like pretty, right? Like, I want to kind of expose the messiness of law school just a little bit, because I think I kind of wish someone had told me a lot of things coming in. So I'm really excited to have these conversations. You might see familiar names if you are really into the whole, like, Black girl, law student, blah, blah, blah. You know, you might see some familiar names, you know, really excited about that. The people who have said yes so far are, like, queens. So yeah, stay tuned. It's gonna be, like, probably like a, let's say, 10-week thing. I mean, I hopefully all 10 people. I think I might have asked for, like, a little bit less than 10 people, but hopefully everyone who I have asked will say yes. But if not, then we move, right? We find other things. But I already have a lot of yeses, and so I'm really excited about all of this. It'll give me a good, like, balance from, like, 'cause I think that's something that people don't also tell you, is, like, it's really good to have a creative outlet outside of law school. Because law school can often feel all-consuming, and so if you have a creative outlet, then life is less consuming, right? Because you're putting your energy into other things that also make you happy. This is one of those things for me. It makes me really happy to be here. It makes me really happy to, like, be building this community. Yeah, that is the series that is happening in, I think, probably for all of September and all of October. November, I'll probably do something else. I'm probably gonna be traveling in November, probably traveling in December. So we'll kind of make it a little bit more fun and festive. We'll do a vlog here and there. I think that's kind of where I feel settled. I think it was a great idea. It felt very, like, right and true to my spirit when I heard it. So I really hope that these conversations are really great, and that you feel seen and heard, and that you feel like you're not alone, right? Like, that's kind of the point, is, like, for you to feel like you are part of a collective of women of color. So it won't just be Black women, by the way. It will be women of color, a collective of women of color who have gone through what you're about to go through, or who are going through what you're going through, because you're just not alone. I'm sure there are hella people out here who just are. We just don't talk about it, right? We just don't talk about it. We kind of do the whole hush hush. We just talk about law school. We keep it a buck, right? And I feel like that needs to stop. Like, everyone's suffering in silence. Like, stop. Like, let's talk about this stuff, because I think it can really change the trajectory of people's law school experiences if you just tell the truth, right? And not all of them are going to be super deep. I don't know all of the women very, very well, so people will share what they want to share, but yeah, I love that I get to use this platform to amplify the voices of other people, and not just hear my boring story, right? Not just hear my experience, not just hear what I went through and how I'm dealing with stuff, but hear other people's stories too, because other people's stories are interesting. So many things that happen that you just don't know, because, you know, people can have really, really great lives on the outside and kind of been going through some stuff, and we're all just trying to figure it out together, you guys. Just all trying to figure it out together, and it's making me very, very happy just to think about all the conversations that we're gonna have during the next 2 months. So I hope you tune in, hang out, get to know the folks that I'm gonna have on here. And actually, I think I want to open this up to everyone. So if you are a woman of color in the legal space and you would like to come and talk about your story, because you feel like your story, I mean, even if you don't feel like your story is unique, your story is unique. If you really feel compelled to be a part of the series, please DM me on Instagram at yours.dio.a. It's literally the same name as this YouTube channel, so it should not be hard to find. But yeah, DM me if you're interested, and I would love to talk to you. Genuinely, like, I don't even care what part of law, like, the law school journey you're on. Like, I just want to hear your heart, you know what I mean? And that's the place I'm at. I just want to hear people's heart. I want to hear people's stories, and I want people to feel encouraged. So I'm gonna stop here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank y'all for watching yet another video of me just ranting and talking about everything and nothing. Next week will be a video of substance. And not just a here's like what's to come, but like an actual thing that's here now. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.